So, after every terror attack, each motive shall be discussed, but one. It is the terror that dares not speak its name. Well, actually, it does speak. Our media just won't hear it. Instead, we explore the pain of the poor thugs, which could be why some terrorists get movies made by Robert Redford and others get tenure. So what do hacks do when they're wrong about terror? They cling to relativism. Yep, Muslim extremism is no different than any other extremism. But in order to make that stick, you gotta suck at math. Muslim versus Christian extremism is not apples to apples. It's comparing Hurricane Katrina to a squirt gun, which is why they embrace root causes, the detached response to evil. Let's simply focus on the personal turmoil of the bombers, not the real turmoil they cause. But this head shrinking only benefits the killer, while energizing attention-craving copycats. It also drowns out compassion for the victims. So we spend less time trying to stop evil and more time trying to understand it. We become the Clarissa to their Hannibal. Our obsession with their depth inevitably makes them more appealing. But all root causes can be destroyed in one sentence. A lot of people don't fit in and still don't blow people up. We all don't wage jihad when we're sad. Bottom line, the punk placed a bomb next to a child. Why will not change that fact. So what if we made a pact not to discuss these idiots or show their stupid faces? Enough egging on these creeps. Those who traffic in root causes pretend to inform us, but they're simply diluting our condemnation of horror. Like singer Amanda Palmer, who wrote a love poem to the terrorists instead of writing one for the victims. What a hopeless loser. Maybe she'll marry the guy. Look, these bombers show how easy it is to upend society, but what their apologists suggest is far worse, that a life of obscurity is inferior to a life of infamy, and that terror is a lifestyle choice. So what do you make... Oh, first, I got to talk to you, Dana, because you're a big poetry fan.
I write a mean haiku.
You do write a mean haiku. What did you make of Amanda Palmer's horrible poem? It's unbelievable.
Well, first of all, I had no idea who she was.
Yes.
And then I just thought she was, I didn't realize that she was a singer and that she was a songwriter, so I guess she needed to get her feelings out.
Yes.
And so she turned to writing. As I read, I thought, is this really about the terrorists? This is the part where I stopped reading, if I could quote. This is her poem. You don't know how orgasmic the act of taking in a lungful of oxygen is until they hold your head under the water. It goes on for 2 pages, feeling sorry for a terrorist that just killed 5 people and ended up ruining so many lives that are going to have to be rebuilt. It's disgusting.
But, you know, it's all about her ego. She got a lot of attention doing this poem. I want to throw to Brokaw Sot from yesterday. Sound on tape. Go for it.
We have to work a lot harder as a motivation here. What prompts a young man to come to this country and still feel alienated from it, to go back to Russia and do whatever he did? And I don't think we've examined that enough.
Eric, why do we examine his feelings?
He actually goes on a little bit later and mentions that maybe it has something to do with you know, his Muslim faith, which I was shocked to hear Tom Brokaw say that. And hats off to you, Tom, for finally moving off script, the NBC script. My problem last night, if you watched 60 Minutes last night, CBS did everything in their power to humanize this kid, this killer, this terrorist. They had a friend, a Muslim friend of his, who said, oh, no, he never showed up at mosque. I'm talking about the 19-year-old. That one. They had a girl who went to high school with him and said, oh, I had a crush on him. He was so cute. How could you not love him, is what she said. I was like, really? Is this how you're going to edit this piece right here? To make this kid to be like, you know, the greatest little kid in the world?
Like he's a victim.
A victim, absolutely.
Yeah. Everybody's a victim, though. We're all victims. And all terrorists are freedom fighters. Bob, what do you make of the root cause argument? You know, you find the big argument, which is Muslim supremacy. Isn't that all you need? Do you have to, like, delve into their psychosis?
Yeah, I was so focused on Clarice and Hannibal Lecter. I haven't been a fan of that movie. I've watched it 81 times. Listen, I don't think what Brokaw said is, we know now. There's been enough research done. We know there's one bottom line. In the Muslim communities around the world, they do not like us. Mm-hmm. They recruit people from poor areas, and they turn them into terrorists. And we
These guys weren't poor, though, right?
Well, no, they weren't poor. What I'm saying is
they had opportunity and scholarships.
They do go into, for example, in Gaza and some of the refugee camps, and they recruit. It's not hard to recruit, though, because the hatred for the United States runs deep. And so that's back to my point. I think we really have to consider given the fact so many people hate us, that we're going to have to cut off Muslim students from coming to this country for some period of time so that we can at least absorb what we've got, look at what we've got, and decide whether some of the people here should be sent back home or sent to prison.
KG, what do you make? There's, even on Twitter, there's a free Jahar movement. Is that how you say it? That's the name of the loser. People proclaiming his innocence mainly because it's easy on Twitter not to confront evil. Why are these losers so loserly?
I mean, what can I say? Some people have a serious brain drain. They don't have any intelligence or common sense. They don't care about children being murdered or blown up. It's very disturbing. Instead, they'd rather associate and, kind of look in love and worship of these guys as if they're misunderstood. They're choosing the wrong side, and that's the bottom line.
I had all the problems this kid had. I never blew anything up. Well, I blew up my neighbor's car.
What problems did he have?
But
He had a great life.
there's a whole group of people out there who sympathize with the prisoners.
I know.
They,
But this is
they
nothing
marry
new.
them. They correspond with
This
them.
guy will get-
They
yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
They wear Che T-shirts.
This girl, Amanda
And
Perry,
they're
whatever
nuts.
her name is, or Palmer, or whatever her name is, will no doubt be married to this guy in 5 years.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.